Hello everyone, and welcome to this video. It's been quite a while. Um so we're gonna do a video, and I'm gonna let Crayton explain what we're gonna do because, well, yeah.
So, the reason why it's been a long time is, quite frankly, there hasn't been things to really record on that have been interesting. I know that we've talked a lot about the Apple Watch, and we still want to do stuff with that, but we just haven't done stuff with it yet.
Yeah, and then there's my iPhone XR, but I mean, it's an iPhone. The only new thing is Face ID and no home button, and I basically glossed over that already.
Yep. And plus, this summer, Gabriel's been busy with stuff. I've been busy with my new job, trying to get prepared for that. And, so, I haven't had time to really do stuff like I've wanted. So, we haven't done stuff.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I figured that today we would, talk about how to transfer one information from one Mac to the other Mac. Now, your Macs must be on the same Wi-Fi networks if you're doing it wirelessly. And if you're doing it through Ethernet, then they must be on the same network. So, we use a utility on the Mac called Migration Assistant. And it's a nice utility, and I'm going to show you how to transfer one contents of a Mac to the other. In my case, we're going to do it from the MacBook Air over to the Mac Mini, the Mac Mini over to the MacBook Air. I've done this multiple times in my years of owning Macs, and let me tell you, Windows does not have anything like this at all. People can claim that they use a certain backup software, but quite frankly, you can use whatever backup software you want, but you can't get the functionality of this. This is just plain awesome. And I'm going to show you how to do it today. So, in front of me is my 2015 MacBook Air here. That has a fresh install of macOS 10.14.6. Plus, it's got Windows boot camped on it. However, we're not going to mess with Windows. Windows is perfectly fine. It runs fine. So, let me go ahead and just turn on the Mac.
Lovely sound.
And the default startup disk is Mac, because that's how I have it set. No, folks, I don't use Windows all the time. So before you wonder. Alright, so basically what happened yesterday is when I left it at the setup screen, I went ahead and just shut the Mac down the right way.
How do you do
and here we are back at the setup screen.
How do you shut it down?
Hold down the power button and a dialog will pop up and you just hit shut down.
Okay, odd, because I usually just hit next after the language screen and then I hit Command Q, and then I hit shut down.
No, you don't need to do that.
Guess that's too much of a... Okay, now I know. And there's that.
And we'll just let this play.
Sounds horrible. I like the old voice better.
If you would like to learn how to use VoiceOver to set up your Mac, press the escape key.
Okay. So I'm going to hit Command F5.
VoiceOver on Setup Assistant. Window, table,
Window,
1 of 240. United States. Selected as keyboard focus.
Okay, so here we are. We're United States, just to be sure. I'll do VO F3.
And if Crayton is cutting out a little bit,
Uh-oh, am I?
yeah, on my end. I don't know if it's my internet or not.
Interesting. Am I cutting out now?
No, it's just like a... It cuts out for like a second and comes back, comes back.
That's interesting. There's not much I can do about that. But
Yeah, there's nothing we can do, so if you guys can't understand them, there's not much we can do.
Let me switch over to data. That might help, maybe.
Okay.
Alright.
There he went. I'm not gonna pause the recording.
Okay,
There we go.
I'm on data now.
Hopefully
What's that?
this is a lot better.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. So, I'm just going to set the phone on my lap. So we're at the language chooser. And we're just going to go ahead and hit continue.
Keyboard layout table. Row 1 of 1. Image. US. Selected.
Okay, so we're at the keyboard screen. So we'll hit continue again.
You are current at table. No selection.
Alright, so now we're at the Wi-Fi screen.
Wi-Fi icon. Table. In table.
So I need to find my network.
ATT1 my spectrum Wi-Fi 02G. My spectrum Wi-Fi 402. My spectrum Wi-Fi 02G underscore. My spectrum Wi-Fi 05G.
So this is the one I want.
Password.
And we'll enter in the
Very secret
oopsies,
password.
the password. Alright, so I've got it entered. And we'll go ahead and hit continue.
Press continue.
And we'll let it sit here and connect. Now, for the Mac Mini, I'm going to use a Bluetooth keyboard, which is my Logitech K811.
Wish I had one of those.
And I've got it over here. I'm sitting on my beanbag chair, by the way.
Don't fall asleep on us, Crayton.
Wi-Fi icon with full password. Connecting. Other net connecting.
Okay, so we're connecting still. By the way, if you're doing this from a Mac laptop, it's important to plug it in.
Yeah. Data and privacy.
Okay, so we're at the data and privacy screen.
Back look. You won't see it. Learn more. This icon. Data and data and continue.
We'll hit continue.
No one reads that.
It's fine.
Back. You don't transfer any from a Mac. Time machine back from a Windows PC. How you from a Mac.
So we'll choose from a Mac,
Press from a Mac. Continue button.
Time machine backup, or
From a Mac. Time machine backup or startup.
startup disk. So we'll just choose from a
Press
Mac.
continue. Looking for source. Empty. Grid 0. Busy. Empty. Grid 0.
Okay, so in this case, we need to go over to the Mac Mini,
Now in utilities window, listing table, no selection.
and we need to go down to
Airport utility audio mini setup application. Join migration assistant.
Migration Assistant and open it right up.
Window, continue button. Use migration, continue button.
Hit continue,
Application, window, password.
type in the password, and now it's switching to where the Mac can be discoverable.
Continue. Go back, setting up, big migrate, setting up.
And it'll switch
Go back,
users,
button. Setting up.
just to let you know.
Application. Switch to user, setup user.
Okay,
You are currently on a text element.
so here we go.
Continue button. Quick tip from a Mac. Time machine. How do you want to trip from to another Mac? Radio
And
button.
so on the Mac Mini, we need to hit to another Mac
Continue.
and hit continue.
Continue. Press. Continue. Back. Discoverable as Crayton's Mac Mini.
Okay,
You are currently on a text element.
Clayton's Mac Mini. Other Mac. Group 1 of 1.
so there's the Mac.
Already on a group. Continue.
So we'll hit continue.
Check window. Continue back 800. Make sure the code 875,000.
Now there's a code.
Back 875,677. You are currently
Alright, so it's the same on both. So
Dim button.
on the Mini,
Continue.
I'll just hit
You are
continue.
currently on a button. Cancel. But time remaining.
Back. Busy. 800. Make sure image. Select a Mac. Transfer info. Continue. Back check with 800. 8 make image. Select transfer information. Select image. Make sure 800. Busy. Progress.
Okay, so
Migrate looking for applications and documents to transfer.
right now it's looking for stuff that I can transfer, and then here in just a minute on the air, it'll come up with a screen that'll allow me to choose what stuff I can transfer.
Busy. Checking. Busy. Checking. Crayton's Mac Mini.
I guess if you had your external hard drive, you'd be using Super Duper, or would you still use?
No, I would be doing Super Duper.
But you don't have your hard drive.
No. I don't even know what happened to it, honestly. where I used to live somewhere. I haven't gotten another one yet. Plus, I probably won't anyway because all the new Macs will have USB-C.
Oh yeah, then you'll need to get a USB-C drive.
Yeah, which is a lot quicker. Oh. Excuse me.
Busy checking. Busy prog table. No selection.
All right.
What would you like to
It says, what would you like to transfer? Here's a table.
Applications checkbox. Busy progress indicator.
Now,
1 of 3.
what it's doing now is it's estimating how many gigs it's going to be. But I want to transfer everything. So there's applications,
Documents and data checkbox. Edit button.
documents and data, and of course we can hit edit for an example.
Press.
And by the way, I'm not going to go over VO commands, okay? I'm just not.
If
But-
you want to learn VO commands, go to our first Mac video.
Go to our first few videos.
Other files in folder. Crayton Benner. 8.09 gigabytes. Check button. Other files in folders. Check out. OK. Default button. Edit button. Out computer and network settings. Checkbox. Computer and busy. Out of table. Applications. Checkbox. Row on of 3. Applications.
Okay,
Out of table.
so I want to transfer all this.
Press continue. Back table. Create a table. Create a secure password for each admit table. In Crayton Benner. Set password button.
Alright, so I have to do this.
Create set password button.
So I have to go to my user and click on set password.
Secure edit.
Type in a password.
Re-enter. Secure edit.
Enter in a password.
Set password. Default.
And hit set password.
Available image. Closing dial.
Alright, so it set the password.
Crayton Benner. Available image. Out of tape. Continue.
And so now we'll hit continue.
Back. Your iCloud account. Allow my iCloud account to unlock my disk. Turn on file disk encryption. Check.
Alright, now we're going to uncheck this.
Would you like to use file to allow my iCloud account to unlock my disk?
Mainly because I don't need it on. If I want it on, I can enable it.
Table. Create a secure password for information from source computer. Transfer direction. Image.
Alright, so now it's working on transferring.
This computer. Crayton's Mac. This Mac. Crayton's Mac Mini. This Mac. Transferring documents for the user Crayton Benner. About 14 minutes remaining. Migration progress.
That is
Alright.
Holy shit.
You are currently on a progress indicator.
I mean, we are running it on 5 gigahertz, so...
Cancel
Yeah.
button.
And if we go on the Mini...
Peer-to-peer. Current connection. Current connect time remaining. Migration progress. 5% progress indicator. You are currently transferring documents for the user Crayton Benner.
So it's working on documents right now, and then it'll move on to apps... or applications, probably, and then network settings and computer settings.
Now, I know some people who don't know about this may ask, and I'm not sure myself, but do you have to be on the same version of macOS on both computers?
No, what'll happen, actually... It's good you brought that up. So, let's say your Mac that you have now has 10.14
Actually no, here.
5.
Let's just say I'm transferring my stuff from Mojave to El Cap on the iMac.
Oh, okay. So, what'll happen is, what'll happen is, you can choose, for an example, it'll tell you that the macOS versions are different. Although from El Capitan to Mojave, that'll be a little bit interesting. I can give you a perfect example. I remember one time when I bought that 11-inch MacBook Air, it came with Sierra. No. Yeah, it came with Sierra. And, of course, my Mini had High Sierra. And when I did a network transfer like this, what it did was it told me that the versions were out of date. And it asked me if I wanted to download them. And
Obviously on my iMac it doesn't support it.
yeah, and I could have either chose to download it or no.
Or just continue with the transfer.
Yeah.
Okay. But I guess I wouldn't anyway because a lot of the apps I have on
No.
here are not supported on LCAP anyway.
Exactly, and El Capitan supports 32, and if you, which I know you will, but when Catalina officially is supported, all those 32-bit apps are going to be, most of them anyway, no more. Which is kind of unfortunate for some of them. I know a friend of mine and I, we were talking about RS Games.
Yeah.
And that one Mac users will not be able to use
Yep.
because of RS Games being 32-bit.
Yeah.
So we're just waiting for the stuff to be transferred, and I'll show you what happens. It's actually pretty cool.
Trip about 3 minutes remaining with 40 megabytes/s migration.
Whoa! Wow!
Wow. Okay.
Okay. Progress indicator.
That's
I don't
impressive.
think I've ever had it go this quick. Although most everybody on the network is on the 2 gigahertz network.
I
This
don't
is
know
the
why they
5
would be.
gigahertz network. I don't know. Some devices that we have though don't
Only support
support
2.4.
Yeah. So we're stuck. They're stuck. I can tell you one of the examples is this desktop that I have over here.
Actually, yeah. Now that I think about it, that's my HP.
This one only supports 2 gigahertz. So I have an external Wi-Fi card that I could connect.
Timeless, desktop, start button, folder view, list view, Crayton, 1 of 12. Select the voice profile bed.
What is that?
What is that? 6 of 10.
My all-in-one. That's Vocalizer Zoe.
Oh,
Okay button.
she sounds good.
Sure does.
Is that 2.2 now?
What's that?
Is that Vocalizer 2.2 now or no?
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
you manage to figure out where to get
Which
it?
NVDA, when you buy Vocalizer, they don't have that.
Oh wait, that's Jaws.
Yeah.
I thought it was NVDA.
Yep, this is Jaws right here.
Trip about 8 minutes remaining at 7 megabytes/s migration progress. 63% progress.
Oh, wow!
What did it say?
About 6 minutes remaining at 10 megabytes/s. Current connection.
How many 10 or 2? I thought.
Cancel. Battery track information from transferring your information. Hit source computer. Transfer direction. Image. This computer. Image. Crayton's Mac Mini. This Mac. Transferring your files and folders from Crayton's Mac Mini. About 6 minutes.
Wow.
Wait, hold on.
So it got all the apps done.
Read
Now
the-
it's transferring folders.
What's the transfer speed?
Well, since it's big folders and files, it's
Oh, do you have the K811 hooked up to the all-in-one?
no. Mm-mm.
Or is that a separate Bluetooth keyboard?
No, this is my MK120, which is a USB keyboard.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Transferring your files and folder. About 5 minutes remaining at 11 megabytes/s.
Oh my god!
Wow. That's actually really impressive considering some of these folders. And by the way, it transfers iCloud Drive as well if you have that enabled. Oh, hi. Is that Windows?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I just switched to eSpeak.
See, you're like me with NVDA. I have it on eSpeak now.
Well, usually I have it on Eloquence, but I decided to switch. Here's Linux. It's booting.
Yep. There's Debian or Debian.
And the DOS keyboard is up to it.
Ah, yes.
Because I hate the internal keyboard on this thing.
Yeah, it's E-Machine. It's crap.
Yeah.
But I'll show you once the transfer's done. Everything is transferred. VoiceOver settings, system prefs, everything.
Okay, so you don't really have to get a hard drive and do a bootable backup.
Not necessarily, unless you want to. Now, that will be quicker. If you
Yeah.
do it the hard drive way, it'll be a little bit more quick. But if you don't have the money for that, this is another way.
Yeah. I have the hard drive, so if I got a new Mac, I have options.
Yeah, you have options. And that's what we love about macOS and backups, is that you don't have to use... you don't necessarily have to use what we use. You know, we use SuperDuper.
Yep, I know some people like Triple C. Carbon
Copy Cloner.
Mhm.
I tried to buy that for us, but unfortunately it did not work. It, for whatever reason, did not work at all.
I tried it, but only the trial. And I gotta say, I like the interface of SuperDuper a lot better.
Yep, I do too. Carbon Copy has, it's just basically like SuperDuper.
It's exactly the same, but developed by another company, and I don't know. I just like the interface of SuperDuper a lot better.
Mm-hmm. SuperDuper saved my butt several times.
Yeah.
I remember when I got that 11-inch MacBook Air, which I kind of wish I kept, but unfortunately I didn't.
Wait,
I gave it to a good friend of mine.
Original one or no?
No, not the original. There was another one that I grabbed.
I didn't know you did that. Okay.
I thought I'd told you, but maybe not.
I don't think so.
It was back when I got the MacBook Pro, the one that my cousin now has.
I'm trying to remember if you did that or not, because you might have. I just maybe forgot. I don't know. Because I know you had the 13-inch. That's the one you have now.
When I got the 13-inch Pro last year, I remember I came home. You were actually on Skype when I ordered that MacBook Air.
Huh. Okay, I don't remember then.
I'm sure if I showed you the recording, you would know.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do that.
It's on any audio still.
Of you ordering it, or of you...
Yep, of me ordering it. It was on eBay.
Okay. Did we do any recordings on it, or no? I don't remember.
I did do a recording with it several times. But I use SuperDuper to transfer information from my Mac Mini to the
Air.
The Air.
But now you have
Of course, I had to rename the I had to rename the hard drive.
What was it named?
Well, no, not the hard drive. The computer name. It was called Crayton's Mac Mini.
But a MacBook Air is not a Mac Mini.
No, so I had to rename it.
Yeah.
Which is really easy compared to Windows.
Yep.
Just saying. Oh, is it done?
Setup assistant.
Oh.
Window.
I don't think so.
Is it?
Oh, it might be. Hang on.
Quit Mac Mini image. Migration migration Mac Mini quit button.
Oh, it is done.
Quit migration complete. Quit
So
button.
on the Mini, we'll just hit complete.
Log in with no
And then it switches
Alright,
you
so we'll
back
go
to
ahead and log in on the Mini.
Enter password secure.
Now, I don't remember if VoiceOver will come up at the login. I know on the Mini I have it set to, but I don't remember if it does after migration.
If it backs up that.
Welcome to Mac OS. VoiceOver is on. Timer. Desktop. 900 HD volume.
Alright, I don't think it does. So, I have to hit Command F5. It's up. But, let's go ahead and hit Command F5.
Window. Battery meter. Image. Transferring your information. Finalizing your this computer. This Mac. Updating incompatible software list. Migration time remain. Cancel. Button.
Okay, so it's updating the software list. This happens. So we'll just leave it.
Time migration progress. 5% progress. Updating incompatible software. Time remaining. Migration progress. 5%.
Okay, so we're just gonna leave it.
1422. WhatsApp now. Angela. Microphone. Voice message. Clear.
Oh my gosh.
YouTube. 13 minutes ago. Gary Husman. You want to like John Lovis? John Lovis. WhatsApp now and clear.
Ooh, this recording's gonna be a long one.
Gary Husman. You want to like John Lovis? John Lovis response. Attachment. Clear.
What's that?
This recording's gonna be a long one.
It is. Oh, okay.
Hopefully.
Looking for incompatible software. About 2 minutes remaining. About 2 minutes remaining. Cancel. Button.
Okay, so it does this. It'll look to see if you have possibly any incompatible software, which I know in this case I don't. So,
About a minute remaining. MacBook Air image. Your data has been migrated and is ready to use. Quit button.
okay, so we'll hit quit. Just know that'll pop up. It'll look through your software to make sure that you don't have any incompatible.
2. 20. Edit text. Blank.
And there we go.
Enter password.
We're ready to go. Let's log in.
And you're probably gonna have to rename it.
Oh, I know I will. That's really easy. I'll show you how to do that in this recording.
macOS. VoiceOver is on. Setup assistant required. Secure edit text.
Alright, so it wants my Apple ID password,
Choose iCloud. To set up iCloud. Enter the required. Secure.
and it wants that for iCloud Drive.
Continue button. Press continue. Dim button. Continue back. Listen. Progress indicator. Sign in with 1423.
Window. Don't allow button has keyboard
Oh,
keys.
hang on, it wants my code, because I have two-factor enabled, which, folks, I'm going to tell you something. Please
Top screen.
do yourself a favor and enable it.
Screen locked.
For real. Enable it. Because it does help.
Allow. Default. Done.
So I'll get the code off of the Mini.
Int 307556. Int 307556.
Alright.
Web application. Enter the 1. Edit text.
307.
See, so it's 307556. Oopsies.
2. 1. Invalid data. Edit text. 2. 4. 5. 6. Try entering. Didn't get a verification. Enter the 1. Invalid. 2. 1. Invalid data. Edit text. Try entering your verification code again.
3307.
307
556.
556.
0. Count 3. Content select 0. 7. 5. 5. 6. Didn't get a verification. 6. Content selected. 6. Edit text.
Okay.
5. Busy. Setting up account.
So now, since I got the code, it's setting up iCloud now, which means it's setting up iCloud Drive and all the iCloud services. So,
And help Apple and developers continue. Button.
oh, okay. So we're just gonna click on continue.
Back. Continue. Button. Back up. Help app developers continue. Press continue. Continue. Back up. Help share crash. Help about analytics. Continue. Dim button.
And
Back up. Help share crash data with app developers.
we're about ready to go. But as you can tell, VoiceOver is
Authentication has been window.
good here, and it looks like we're in.
Finder is launched.
Alright. So I'll just put this keyboard off to the side.
Bootcamp, bootcamp volume.
See, my bootcamp volume is still here.
iCloud Drive, window, one row added. PC, yes, document, down, EXE, WGLFM2016. 3 locked. Servers folder. July, close all. Finder.
But there it is. So if I hit, for an example, option 2.
Bootcamp volume.
Application alert system dialog. Your Apple ID info number are now being used.
Application,
Message
say
safe
finder.
finder.
Bootcamp volume.
Okay.
Dialog. Sign in to use this application on this computer.
Oh, okay.
If you recently signed OK, finder, desktop, navigation.
Now this is something I forgot to mention. With App Store apps, you will have to enter in the passcode.
Sign into Apple credit, password, secure edit test.
So I need to enter all this in. Enter in the passcode
Sign in, default.
and hit sign in.
Finder, bootcamp volume.
And it should...
Amadeus Pro.
There it goes.
Amadeus Pro has loaded.
We can create a new file.
New sound document. Now in tab untitled. Scroll area.
There we go.
This is pointless to say, but I am using Amadeus Pro to record.
Yes. Now I will mention with certain apps you will have to, you'll have to sign in with. You'll have to enter in your passcode. Now let's try Night Owl. I don't think you do with this one.
Night Owl, timeline, window, empty table has keyboard focus. 3 rows added. 16 rows.
Nope.
198 rows added. Love like Jesus. Jesus, the dog, Holly Ruler, loving all the dog codes of number backfast, but especially these high-powered finder.
Let's try Twitterific.
Twitterific. Add banner Crayton. Home, window, table, no selection. Has
Banner
keyboard focus.
Yep. There it goes.
Love like Jesus. Jesus living. Ohio State at table.
I can
Ohio State
actually
at
open mine up.
Finder.
Alright. So let's try to loop back. It's doing stuff in the background right now, so it's a little bit.
Go microphone with applications. Device head.
Oh, there's my... See, all my devices transferred as well. Let's try Team Talk, for an example.
Team Talk 5. Team Talk V. 5.4. Window. Channel list.
There it is. There it is.
Finder.
Now, something I'm going to do...
Applications. Now. Inside of. List view. Table. Onyx data.
Oopsies, hang on. Turn off Trackpad Commander.
Comment. List view. Table. On. Open.
Let's run Onyx. Just to run it.
Secure. Now in Onyx win button. Tool on zoom. On tool maintenance button. Back utilities button. File. Info out to run task. Restore the run task button. Cancel. Continue. Cancel button.
Alright.
Continue. Onyx will continue. Press continue. Default button. Maintenance in progress.
So we'll let it run its maintenance.
Warning. Onyx. The computer needs to restart.
Oh, I know.
On busy. Bit busy.
But as you can tell, all the stuff is there. Every bit of it is there. So it's really impressive. Oh, look. And I followed him right from the watch. Kids!
Oh yeah.
It's 14:30.
I'm gonna use Twitterific now. If I can find it. I don't think I installed it. Okay. Wonderful. That didn't come through. Alright then.
Alright. So we're just waiting for Onyx to finish here. But guys, that's basically I'll tell you quickly how to go about and change your computer name. You go to System Preferences, you go to Sharing, and then from within there, you'll see something called Computer Name, and you can edit that field right then and there. So just remember that. It's really easy, and you shouldn't have any issues with it. But anyway, guys, I think Gabriel can stop the recording now. And that'll be pretty much it.
Haven't stopped it yet. Alright. That's it, guys. Bye.
Bye.